The world of professional wrestling mourns, but it's not just wrestling fans who feel this loss, it's the entire pop culture landscape. Generations of children who grew up with larger-than-life heroes, people who believed that the loudest, strongest, most charismatic man in the ring, not only a legend dies, but a piece of an entire era, a fragment of all of us who believed he was immortal. Terry Jean Bollea, born August 11, 1953, was never just a man. To the world, he became Hulk Hogan, a name that echoed louder than any bell before a match. For decades, Hogan was not only the face of wrestling, he was its soul. From the moment he stepped into the ring, it was clear he wasn't just another performer. There was something magnetic, something unexplainable about the way he moved, spoke, pointed to the crowd, flexed his muscles, or simply ripped his shirt apart. Hogan didn't just wrestle, he created moments, and those moments shaped lives. Early 1980s, he was crowned the champion of a movement. When he defeated the Iron Sheik in 1984, it wasn't just a title win, it was the birth of Hulkamania. And Hulkamania wasn't just marketing, it was a cultural phenomenon. Hogan's messages of believing in yourself, training hard, saying your prayers, and eating your vitamins turned him into a role model. A larger-than-life superhero who wasn't drawn on comic book pages, he was real flesh and blood right there on your TV.
Sheik going for a slam, gets him up, no, backbreaker. Going up.
He was America's champion, wrestling's shining star. His feuds, like the one with Andre the Giant, were nothing short of mythical. WrestleMania 3, 93,000 fans, Hogan versus Andre. The slam heard around the world. It wasn't just about strength, it was about belief, it was about possibility. That one moment showed a generation that even giants can fall when you have heart.
Look at the look of disdain on the face of Andre. Picked him up with ease. And finds him. Clean in the world today. Look at this. He's slammed it. I don't believe it. Oh, dropping a big low for the cover. It's over. He's thanking the guy.
But Hulk Hogan wasn't just in the ring. He was in movies, on cereal boxes, in toy stores, and even in cartoons. He transcended the sport and became pop culture itself. He inspired millions. Parents trusted him. Children adored him. There was something so powerfully American, so unapologetically bold about Hogan. And whether he was preaching about vitamins or fighting off entire factions by himself, the people watched and they believed. But as time went on, the world changed. Wrestling changed. Fans began to cheer anti-heroes. And once again, Hogan evolved. In 1996, he did the unthinkable. He turned heel. He embraced the dark side. And in doing so, he created one of the greatest storylines in wrestling history, the formation of the NBU. Gone was the yellow and red came the black and white. Hollywood Hogan was born. He was no longer the hero. He was the egotistical, manipulative leader of a revolution. And yet, people still couldn't look away. Whether you cheered him or booed him, you watched. Because Hogan was still the show. He knew how to make you feel. He controlled the crowd like a maestro commands an orchestra.
Hook, hook, hook. What is he doing? My God. What the hell is going on? Oh, my God. Of a lifetime. Right down the drain, kid. Now what happens to us? What happens now to WCW?
As the face of WCW, he once again changed the business. The Monday Night Wars became legend, and Hogan was at the center of it all. But eventually the war ended, WCW fell, and Hogan returned home to WWE, where he received the kind of welcome reserved for royalty. At WrestleMania 18, when he faced The Rock, the cheers were deafening. Fans weren't just watching a match, they were witnessing history. Old school met new school. And in that ring, in that moment, Hogan wasn't a villain or a hero. He was eternal.
Poised, he is coiled. There's a rock. He's enormous. It's one to the David J. People's elbow. Hold it. Clinton. I like what I see. It's sort of about
Yet, no man is invincible, and life outside the ring can be far crueler than anything scripted. The years that followed were not kind to Hulk Hogan. A messy divorce, a devastating car crash involving his son, financial troubles, and then the darkest chapter of all, the leaked tape. Words were said, words that shocked the world, words that disappointed millions. Racial slurs spoken in private were now public, and the fallout was immediate. WWE cut ties, sponsors vanished, Fans turned away, his legacy seemingly shattered. And still, Hogan tried to make things right. Apologies were issued, some accepted, others couldn't. He was no longer the untouchable hero. He was a man, flawed, human. And for some, that made it harder to forgive. For others, it made him more real. In the later years of his life, Hogan lived quietly. He made public appearances, smiled for photos, reconnected with fans, but the damage lingered. And even as WWE slowly brought him back, placed him once again in Hall of Fame events, the shadow never quite disappeared. Still, there's no denying what Hulk Hogan gave to wrestling. No one did more to bring it to the mainstream. No one had his presence, his voice, his electricity. He was the reason many became fans. He was the reason wrestling became global. For better or worse, Hulk Hogan was the beating heart of an entire generation. And now he's gone. And it hurts. Because when a legend like Hogan dies, something inside every fan dies too. It's not just about a person. It's about everything that person represented. The childhood memories, the late nights watching Raw, the backyard matches, the schoolyard debates, the posters, the music, the poses, the tears, the cheers. Today, Hulk Hogan is no longer with us in body, but he lives in every corner of this industry, every arena, every chant, every moment when a kid looks at the screen and believes. Because that's what Hogan gave us. Belief that you could rise, that you could overcome, that no matter how big the challenge, if you believed, nothing could stop you. Thank you, Hogan, for the moments, for the battles, for the drama, for the inspiration, for the mistakes and the lessons that came with them, for being a hero and for being human, for showing us that even gods can fall, but legacies live forever. In the heavens tonight, there's a roar. The lights shine brighter, the ropes tighten, because somewhere beyond the clouds, there's a ring, and in it walks a titan, bandana on his head, mustache trimmed, arms raised, and he looks around with that familiar glare, and he asks the stars, "What ya gonna do, brother?" When Hulkamania runs wild on you, rest easy, legend.